Hello and welcome to Woman Moments, where we explain the topic of why bitches be shopping. But in order to do that, we have to go through subcategories of why women are crazy, right? Today, we're talking about why we love true crime so much. And we're going to start with our favorite crime shows. So, Rihanna, what's your favorite crime show?
There's too many.
I
Right now, I'm thoroughly into The Act with Joey King. And for people who don't know what that is, it is based off of the story of Gypsy Rose Blanchard. And
Ooh, I watched through that one.
yeah, oh, it's so good.
So good.
That and the real life story of it is just so captivating.
Yeah.
You know,
There's so much more to the story that they don't explain in the show either.
Mhm.
But like, if you look at the guy that she ends up dating or whatever, and see the actor compared to the real guy, the actor did phenomenal.
Oh, 1,000%.
Yeah.
It's crazy. And the fact that, it's such a relevant story
Yeah.
that, it happened within our lifetime and she's still.
Yeah. She's still in jail, and I think
Yeah.
he is too.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. She's supposed to get out soon-ish, I think.
I believe so, yes. And if you are on TikTok, I have found out she had a cellmate friend, and she is asking Gypsy questions that people are asking her on TikTok and posting the answers on TikTok for her.
Huh.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's pretty freaking cool, I gotta say.
Yeah, I remember, because I looked into it before I started watching it. So I was like, what is it? How have I not heard about this? Then I looked into it and I was like, oh my god. And I watched that whenever it first came out, whenever it was like episode to episode. I had to wait every week for it.
I can't imagine, because I watched it afterwards because I didn't have Hulu.
Yeah.
And so I had to find pirated versions on YouTube.
Yeah.
And so I'm rewatching it right now, and I didn't realize just how much they were taking out on YouTube so that it would stay on YouTube.
Yeah.
It's bonkers.
Yeah. Apparently they didn't hardly touch on the physical abuse. They mentioned it in one episode and was like, yeah, that's all we're gonna touch on though.
Yeah. Yeah, which is understandable. I mean, a lot of shows feature a lot of abuse, but in this show, I really think the main thing that they were focusing on wasn't the physical, but mainly the emotional and mental abuse.
Yeah.
Which I find extremely intriguing.
Yeah.
Because a lot of shows are so violent and show all the gore and everything, but this one really gets into the psychology behind it.
Yeah. Mine, the movie that they did with Zac Efron for,
Jeffrey Dahmer.
Yeah, no, was it Jeffrey Dahmer? I don't remember.
Oh, Zac Efron. No.
Yeah, Zac Efron.
Sorry, Ted Bundy.
Yes.
Yeah.
That one. I really love that movie.
Yeah.
And then my day-to-day is Law & Order SVU.
I forgot Law & Order SVU existed.
Law & Order has such bad acting. But it's so good.
Robin Williams was in it.
Yeah, there's so many, well-known actors in it. I just watched an episode with the dad from Full House as the
Bob
murderer.
Saget.
Yeah, Bob Saget was the murderer. And I was like, what is Law & Order doing?
Oh, I love that.
Yeah, and if you watch the newer, seasons, they've got some of the girls from, Orange is the New Black in there.
Really?
And I'm like, what are you doing? You're not in jail yet? Is this your before scene?
This is a preview to the show?
Yeah, I'm like, oh, this is what she did to get connection.
See, I love SVU so much.
Yeah.
It's such a good show.
They're apparently bringing Elliot back.
I know.
And I'm like, now I gotta really catch up.
Now I gotta rewatch all of it.
Yeah. I'm in season 8 right now. I'm about to do season 9. But there's 20 seasons.
Yeah. It did be a really long series.
It's super long, but it also, whatever the episode starts with, not based on true stories, they are.
Yeah.
they're based on several true stories mashed together into like a whole new plot.
Mm-hmm.
Like, one came out around the time that my school had like the whole trans bathroom issue. Around the same time that happened, there was a couple trans episodes where like trans were getting beat up and stuff, so like to like lighten on it and be like, hey, this is actually happening, kind of thing. And at the beginning of those, they're like not based off true stories, and I'm like, I know one or two.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like I can think of a couple.
It do be real and current, and yeah.
Touches on current events, and I'm always like, oh, I could do that to not get murdered.
Yeah.
Love that show. No, the Ted Bundy movie though, very well shot. So good. Zac Efron did amazing as usual. And it's just such a crazy fucked up story.
Yeah, it was so well put together.
Yeah.
And I think they executed it very nicely. And it, I think it's really cool that they gave Zac Efron a chance to really work out his acting chops, because he's Zac Efron. He's
Yeah.
High School Musical.
Yeah, gotta get your head in the game, but also I'm a serial killer.
Yeah, and I think he molded himself into Ted Bundy.
Yeah.
Which is really cool.
It's really interesting. So why do I actually like true crime is the real answer, or the real question. I can't get like a single like one thing where I'm like, this is why.
Yeah.
But it's just, it's interesting, and it's always like, there's always something different.
Yeah.
With like most recently was the kid who sexually assaulted a girl behind a dumpster and got 3 months in prison.
Really?
Yeah. I can't remember his name. Brock Turner. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
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 Brock Turner happened, and Law and Order did an episode on it. Surprisingly.
Really?
Yeah, they did one similar. It's not based on true stories, they swear.
Yeah.
But they did something similar. But that's been my most recent where I'm like, this is the most current and still happening kind of thing. And the victim ended up writing a book. This is my book that's based out like that. She wrote a book about it.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice.
So it was I've already gotten through the attack, which is awful to read. But the rest is just her coping and like the different depression stages she went through and stuff.
Yeah. Now, have you heard of the J.C. Lee Dugard case?
I don't think so.
So, really interesting. One of my all-time favorite books. And she was kidnapped by a couple when she was a little girl on her way to the bus stop, and she was held captive for 18 years and had 2 kids.
Oh.
And the book, although it's hard to read, it is absolutely phenomenal. And I would advise a lot of people to read it.
Yeah.
Because it's one of those things where she gives tips and you can really see what life was like from her, which is horrible, but at the same time, it's one of those things where you don't want to experience it, but you want to know about it.
Yeah.
And not in a weird way.
Nick's sister Melissa got a book for Christmas, and it was about a true crime where a sibling. So basically, this couple had a bunch of kids. Never told anyone about these kids. The kids never left the house. They were always in the house. They were always they were all stuck in the basement or something, and one finally escaped to get help. And there was 4 or 5 kids. None of them were had ever seen the light of day. None of the neighbors knew they were there. Yeah.
Do you remember the Cleveland abduction?
I think so.
The 3 women, Michelle Knight, and there were 2 other women, and one of them had a child, and they were held captive in Cleveland.
Yeah.
At Ariel Castro, that was his name, at his house, and they actually burnt the house down and completely demolished it because I mean, no one would want to stay there because of the horrible atrocities that this
Yeah.
man did. And it's crazy. People are crazy. Yeah.
Yeah. Did you ever read The Lovely Bones?
No, but I watched it.
The book was better, of course.
Yeah.
But it's not a true story. It's a made up story, but it's written so well, and it really gets me going because like she dies within the first chapter, right? And it's all about seeing her family grow up without her and how they cope and stuff. Yeah. And it's her seeing like her little sister like kind of grow up and like get older than her kind of thing. Yeah.
I can't even imagine like any scenario that we're talking about.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
I know that I read up on it, so I'm like, now I know what to do. But I'm like, in the moment, I'm not gonna know what to do.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get kidnapped and be like, oh, I don't know, I plead the fifth, bro.
Yeah, most definitely. I have a feeling if I get kidnapped, I'll annoy him too much, and
Yeah.
I'll just be like, ah, and then
Go away.
just-
Act like you never saw me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd be like, that man stole me.
Yeah.
That one. Officer? It was him. Ooh. They put you in for a lineup and you're like, oh, it's that guy. Yeah. Nice dude.
Yo, Steve, you remember that time that you like, yeah.
You remember me?
Oh man, I can't even imagine. I mean, why do people like true crime? I know, at least for me, I love the psychology behind it.
Mhm.
I'm a big psychological person.
Yeah.
You know?
I like seeing how that people like go through it mentally and like the different like stages of like grief or getting over being raped. Because I watched SVU a lot.
Yeah. Psychology is so strange. Then, of course, as women, you know, at least from my perspective, I like to know ahead of time with different scenarios what I can do to prevent that from happening.
Yeah.
And so I take a lot of what I watch and I apply it to my life,
Yeah.
you know, and that's why I carry so many different weapons with me,
Yeah.
you know, because I don't live in that great of a place,
Yeah.
you know, and I am moderately okay looking. You know, I
Mhm.
like to keep,
Yeah.
you know, and I like to think I can attack someone, but at the same time, I know I'll be like, anxiety, oh, I punched myself, you know.
I know whenever I left for college, I was like, I want to learn how to like self-defense. I know I'm in a good like a safe place, but you never know.
Yeah.
And it's low key awful that we have to be like, you know what, we're gonna learn this thing because you never know.
Yeah. The world is scary, and I think especially being female,
Yeah.
it's really scary, and I think that's a reason why we like true crime,
Yeah.
is because
We're learning.
we're learning. Yeah, which is sad to say,
Yeah.
but it's true.
So bitches have to like true crime to survive. It wasn't too bad. It was pretty quick. It was quicker than usual because we're used to just podcasts.
Yeah.
And we set up something kind of nice. So this is just a blanket on the couch.
Yeah.
And we got Grogu right here because bitches love Grogu.
Yeah.
Yeah. That wasn't too bad. Give us a like, share us with your friends, you know, all this normal stuff. Bye bye. Peace.